Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Hey,
family.
hey.
All right.
Welcome to the Mike and Andree show. We are so excited today. We're very excited. Aren't you excited?
I'm really excited. I mean, I'm always excited. Anytime I get an opportunity to get in front of the people and share something nutritious with them, I'm excited.
Right, because we are actually connecting the communities with the countries.
Right.
And so we want to say hello to everyone, everywhere. We have people watching today from Paris. We have people watching today from Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and Ghana. So all over the world.
To be honest, I've been wrong all this time. So every week I've been saying morning and wake up, and all that. I've been wrong. We need to greet them. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes.
Morning.
Good morning, everything. We have to say because we don't know where you're calling from.
Right.
So and where you're watching from. So therefore, we have to say hello to everybody all over the world, right?
That's how it works.
But today we're gonna have a really, really good show because our topic today is I made it, and but I gotta tell you guys what happened to me.
Go ahead.
First, let me give you the bad news.
All right.
The bad news was I had to go to the hospital.
Really?
And that's
You
why
didn't tell
people
me
didn't.
that.
I didn't tell anybody. Let me
That's all
tell
right.
you
You can say
something. All of you who wear wireless earbuds and earphones with the little plastic buds on them.
I do that.
Last week, I was in New Jersey and I was on the phone. When I got back from where I was, I kept saying, my ear hurt, my ear hurt. So you know when your ear hurt, you take the Q-tips and you go down, down, down. Well, let me show you what they had to pull out of my ear. Show that picture. It's a round black thing.
Oh, wow.
That was found all the way down in my eardrum.
Oh, wow.
And the wax had built up around it. And I could not hear it. And it was all the way down to right here. And it was so painful. You can take that off. Wow. So I just want to tell everybody, please be careful with those things. My neck started getting stiff. I thought I had an infection. The eardrums were so red. It was a nightmare. And so I was in the hospital the other night, and I'm on a lot of antibiotics. But just be careful. I think I'm going back to the old-fashioned way they do things.
Right.
That's
well,
it.
You know what I do for an ear remedy? If I feel any kind of blockage or just muffle of hearing, I pour a little peroxide in the ear.
Yeah, I pour peroxide, toothpicks, Q-tips, everything. You know, it's going in because it was. Yeah. And it ended up all the way down here. I was like, oh, God, help me. The doctor said, you can squeeze my hand as hard as you can. I said, you got that right. I was screaming like a little baby. But they got it out, and I thank God for that. And then the second great news is everybody knows that I'm a film writer and a producer.
For sure.
And if
they don't, they know now.
They do know now. So I wrote a domestic violence movie called Backwards, and it was nominated in 5 categories. And now, that's it. But now we are a winner. And so we won the winner of new movies. And so I'm grateful. So that was my good news.
Congratulations,
everybody.
Thank you. Big up.
Thank you. And before we get with our guests, I need you to give us some things that you're encouraged about today. What you're grateful for today?
Well, I'm grateful to just being every day that start, just being able to wake up and be a part, being allowed to have the privilege of another day. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. Gratitude.
That's so nice.
That's
attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to take a pause for a second, but we're going to come back because, Tucson, Arizona is in the house. Hey, Tucson, Arizona in the house. Ooh, we got the bishops. We got bishops watching us and preachers watching us. Oops.
All right.
No, but anyway, we are very excited. Take 1 second, 30 seconds to share this with someone else because we're coming back with our very own Saikisa Proctor. Some of you remember that she was my guest year before last in 2017. Right here in September of 2017. And we're going to journey because I'm so grateful to have her back here today. So just take a second. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
Coming right back.
The Mike and Andree show. The team that's always on the go. They can be funny, they might be serious. funny. They might be serious. The Mike and Andree Show. We're glad you're here. The Mike and Andree. They might be serious.
Okay, we're back. We are back.
You're back.
With the Mike and Andree Show, and this is our guest, Saikisa.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Ain't she pretty? People used to think that she was my child, right? I remember when she was born. But we are here because, first of all, September is National Recovery Month. And also National Suicide Prevention Day is September 10th. And we want to talk to Saikisa because some people don't remember. And I want to go from back then to the incident to where you are now because it's amazing. So let's talk about Saikisa as you were growing up and then the depression, the things that had to take place, as well as commemorating Suicide Prevention Month. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, when I was younger, I did suffer a lot from depression. Suffer a lot from depression, being abused sexually, all of that, if we can remember. And it was just a trying time. And I say if it wasn't for the grace of God, the people that supported me, you included, I wouldn't have made it. So I thank God that I'm here. In 2017, I went in for a procedure.
Let's show. There's a picture that's very light colored. She has very light color in a hospital gown. Let's look at that picture right there. That was before the surgery. Okay? Come on.
Yes.
And there's another picture of she and I in December. It's a picture. You might see a picture of her and I. This is also before the surgery. We both have on black, I think.
Yes.
Okay. That's her and her mom and her sister. That's my niece, Tania.
Yes.
Wow, it's a beautiful picture.
Okay. Oh, you didn't get the picture of us in black and white?
Yes,
And black?
we-
That's okay. That's fine. I be forgetting stuff at 3 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, that was before the surgery. So go ahead and talk about that.
2017, I went in for a small surgery, and I thought everything was gonna be okay. I was asking my mother. I remember I said, "Ma, are you sure about this? Should I just get up from the table?" She was like, "No, you'll be okay." With that being said, the doctor accidentally cut my bowel, and when he did that, when I got from surgery and I woke up, my stomach was this big. I'm like, something is wrong, something not right. And I told my doctor, and they was like, oh, it's just the medicine, you will be okay. So with that being said, I had poison from all over my body, all over my organs.
Could you show that
actually
picture?
2 days.
That's when she came through.
Yeah.
There's another picture of her
When
in
I
the bed.
was actually in the bed.
Can we do the
That's-
side-by-side comparison? Just to see what you went through, how you
That's-
Yeah, I was tube fed. I was in ICU for 2 weeks. They told my mother, they
was
called the
dead.
family and said, she's not going to make it. It's too much on her. And I told the doctor before they put me to sleep, he said, you will have a colostomy bag on you for the rest of your life. I told him the devil is a liar. No, I won't. He said, ma'am, I'm telling you, you will. I said, okay, I know who I serve. So they just put me down. I said, well, if you put me down, can I die? He said, well, it's a possibility. And next thing I know, my mom said I was in there for surgery for 7 hours.
Yeah.
And they had to. And I was at that point of death.
Yes.
But God.
Well,
Yes.
you know, one of the things that I heavily lean on in life, for me, it works for me, is a passage that I read in the Bible at a very young age. And it kind of amounts to this. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed,
That's right.
You can move
That's right.
mountains. You can do anything.
That's right. Now,
So it's about belief.
and speaking on which, you know, that can we show the picture before she went in surgery again? That was before, and I remember she saying, "Y'all
can
pray
see the
for me when we
vitality
go
in your skin,
this
your eyes.
surgery, right?"
Yeah.
Now let's look at what happened to her when they cut her bowel again. Let's look at that picture, the hospital picture. Now, let me just say this to everybody. A lot of times, and when I got
Let's
that
have you up
picture and I
close.
got that call, it was a wrap for me because I'm like, okay, what doctor did this? Who did this? Right? But the beautiful thing about God, is he has the final say. And I remember a lot of time, and what this did was it brought the family. Let's talk about the family dynamics.
Yes.
How it brought the family closer together.
All together.
Everybody.
Yes,
I mean, nobody was mad anymore about anything.
Right. It's a shame sometimes, but you know, tragedy has a way of just wiping
Yes.
away everything
Yes.
and bringing everybody together.
Yes.
Yes. And so how are you today? What is your life like today? Because I know prior to all of that, you were dealing with things with your ex-husband and the daughter. And
Jesus.
let's talk about all, because
Don't get me to
this
cry
is
with that one.
this
Lord.
is National Recovery Month, and we're connecting the community with the people, and people like to feel like they can relate to you. You know, because we deal with real life issues, and they like to feel like they can yes, we've been through this, but I'm an overcomer, because that's the topic.
Amen.
I made it.
Right.
Amen. Well, with that being said, 2017, not only that happened, I mean, it was tragedy all over. My husband did something, my ex-husband did something very horrible. Lord, I'm sorry. He did something very horrible. And the unthinkable, you know how you be with somebody for so long. I was married for 8 years, and I trusted him. And, you know, come to find out, he did some things. And my daughter was involved. And, well, he got 30 years, you know, for that. And it's just a tragedy because now my children don't have that dad in their life, and it's just only me. And after that happened, because I'm telling you, I wanted to kill him, Lord Jesus.
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to jail, Ma. Get ready. And you know, that happened in the hospital. So everything in that 2017, it was tragic for me. When I tell you right now who I am today, because
Come
I
on,
tell
baby.
people, if you understand me, if you know me to understand me, then you will figure out the way I am. But where I'm at today is nothing but God. That I'm still smiling, that I'm still standing, that I'm still cheesing right now.
Are you singing yet?
making it.
Because this is my songbird.
Amen.
Okay, and I don't understand. I mean, are you singing?
A little bit.
Okay, good. Because, you know, I keep hearing, I'm delivered. Here's my story.
Yes.
Life and favor upon me. You brought me
You
out.
did. Yes. Yes.
That's what I feel.
Yes. Yes.
Songs by Reverend
Yes.
Deacon Doctor.
Yeah.
Requests are being taken right now. Phone lines are
Now,
open.
but I want to open up the phone lines.
I'm taking
because
caller number 5.
If we're taking caller number 6 today.
Caller number 6.
But first of all, before we even do the Mike's Money Challenge, those of you who have questions and comments for our guests, this is the time for you to call in at 202-427-7263.
That's right.
202. This is not to win your money yet, okay? This is for you to be engaged with our guests. 202-72, shoot. What's the number?
7263. 202-427-7263. Call in now.
Call
Phone
us
lines
now.
are open right now.
And speak to our guests if you have any encouragement. Is that the phone that we're using?
Yes, we need that. Yes, it is.
Okay, so we need an aux cord, and Mike, you need to plug in your phone. So, if you have any questions or comments for our guests, 202-427-7263.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, we have been able to, I've watched her grow up from a kid to an adult to the kids. And her son, I want to give shout out to her son who just signed a contract with RCA. With, Atlanta.
LA Records.
LA, yeah. What is it?
LA Records.
LA Records, all right, and you know, I asked my daughter. I said, you know, he's young. Y'all know him. All the young people know him.
Zan Man.
Zan Man, okay.
Zan Man.
And we're gonna get Zan Man on our show. right? To let him get up on the stage and just spit it like he do it. Yeah, we're excited. So 202-427-7263. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, bring it on in. And today, again, is National Recovery Month, and I want to just celebrate all of you who out there who are in recovery of something, in recovery. You know, you could be recovering from food, drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling. It's National Recovery Month. And one thing I love about God is that he is no respecter of persons. Amen. And so everybody is worthy of the goodness of God. Everybody's worthy of the grace and mercy of God. And so at the end of the day, when we come to this place, we know that we of ourselves didn't make it here. I'll never forget that night I came up to the hospital and see you, and I was like, wow. But I just couldn't do nothing but praise God. And your mother sent me a text and said, please don't cry. You know, she'll say, don't be mad at me. But her first line be always like, sis, don't be mad at me. But I need to tell you this. I'm like, okay, what? I don't like them text messages. What? But I was so grateful when I walked into that room and I saw you and your eyes were open. Amen. I said, God, you're so good. And we got to talk and chit-chat, and I left there crying tears of joy because I said, God, you know, and that happened in 2007. My daughter had a gallbladder surgery, and she had ended up with biliary leakage.
We got to call her.
Call her. Hello.
Call her.
All right. Oh, 202-427-7263.
Hello, caller. You're on. Hello, Cassandra Cook.
Yes. Hello, how are you? I'm sorry. The guest speaker, what's her name again, please?
Her name is Sakisa.
Hi, Sakisa.
Hi.
Hello.
God is awesome. I just mistakenly tuned in. I know Tina used to, remind me every Saturday, but it's like I'm just sitting up and I see this, and it's like this just hits home. And I just want to thank you for sharing this story. Like, you're a beam of light to me right now. It's so inspiring, and I appreciate that because you shared a lot of things that resonated in my soul and things that I expressed. So I suffered with depression and PTSD. Not only that, just recently, my grandbaby got molested by her uncle. Don't blame yourself, please. We never saw it coming. He's been helping to care for her since he was an infant. You know? And it's just crazy because, of course, it's her father's brother. And, of course, he feel like he's going to kill his brother. But we can't, we got to let God do his job. Amen. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. But I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate you.
Yes.
Wow.
And your strength.
Thank you.
And I pray that God continues to be a fence and continue to work in your life.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cassandra. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you calling
Wow,
in.
thank you
so very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Let me
you.
tell y'all a little story about Candy. That's Candy from my childhood. Now, when I moved to Maryland, Candy, I'm going to tell the story. You always tell it anyway. When I moved to Maryland, everybody know my name is spelled Kandie, right? And she said, you know what? I think that's cute. I'm going to do it too. So now we have to say Candy on the top of the hill or Candy Cook, right?
Right.
But I appreciate you calling in and sharing with us. And those of you from our Landover days, some of you may know Eddie Jew and the crew. Okay. This is Juju's niece. And everybody know that's like, so, we used to do
that goes all the way back to the beginning.
To the beginning when he was throwing the drums up before he even got... we gonna talk about that later on because he always on the move. Now I can barely catch him. Now I gotta take a ticket.
But let me stop and let everybody and our the listeners and the viewers. If you don't know what just happened, we can go home right now. We can shut the studio down. We can stop the show because what we intended to happen happened, and that is for it to impact just one person. We're not looking to convert. Or to do droves of people with if one at a time if we have to, and like to hear that happen for somebody to be reached and inspired by a guest of ours story that's not an accident.
It's heartwarming.
That's not an accident. We intend for that to happen on a regular basis.
Yes.
That's what we want.
And let me just say this to you all. Some people are living a situation right now as we speak.
As we speak.
And the children cannot advocate for themselves.
So you
Trust
have to fight
me,
for them.
you have to fight for them. I know what it's like. I've been there on both sides. I've been a victim, and I victimized, and I've seen things happen in my children's lives. And when you're strung out, you don't have that power, and you have to ask God for forgiveness. But the most important thing, you have to learn to forgive yourselves. And I often tell my kids that I could never apologize for something I never knew.
You got a call? All right, Gloria Estes. Good morning, Gloria Estes. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, you're on the Mike and Andree show. Talk to us. You want to speak to our guest?
Yes, I want to speak to Miss Lakeisha Fry.
I know who that voice
Right.
is.
Okay.
You ain't winning the prize.
I am so excited. I want to ask 2 questions of you. How do you feel that you really have overcome?
By my testimony, by what I went through and where I'm at now, and the deep depression I was in, and just by my, it's unexplainable. Like, God do some unexplainable things.
Hello?
So it's just like I can't even the groove. Like Stella got a groove, and like it's just the you know what happened, but God covers you still and give you peace, and that's what come unspeakable joy when you can't even explain it, but you just have joy even through the storm.
Wow.
I think that's so encouraging to your listeners. And I do like that. And I see that you are an open book. And people can see that the changes you've made in your life. So I'm encouraged by that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria.
That was the, you had a second question.
Oh, she
Second
had a
question.
question.
Gloria, please call back.
Call back, Gloria.
Maybe I shouldn't run the phones.
I don't think you should run the phones. He can't be on phone
Maybe
duty.
I shouldn't be the one running the phone.
You can't be on. Gloria, can you call us back? 'Cause he ain't know. He's sorry.
I sorry.
Okay. Anybody else?
But if I could add something to what you were saying, she wants to know how you overcame. I personally have. I can't imagine if anybody were to come up to me and say, "Hey, you're gonna die in 10 hours, 17 hours," and not at that instant my drive kicks on and want to survive.
It was faith. It was my children.
Right.
I said I gotta survive for my kids, so
Right.
I don't care what the doctors say,
Right.
because they don't have nobody but me. So when you in a situation like that, survival do kick in.
Right.
Everything do kick in.
Right.
And that's what I was looking for. I said, God, if I go, who gonna take care of my babies like I do?
And the one thing that we can't forget is like God. That is God working with us inside of us.
Yes.
Igniting that willpower, that energy to sustain life. That's the fight, And I thank God for it. But just that in itself, that's your overcome. You overcame someone telling you some negative information.
Ooh.
You taking some positive information that you
Yes.
got from another source and using it to bolster your confidence so that you were able to go through.
And let me just say this, and not only that, because it's just crazy, amazing. That happened in 2017. And right in September, because I was on leave, September 2017, I had major surgery, so I was very sick, and still, but God will give you that second win, and He'll give you so much to be grateful for when you look at what could have been, and what should have been, and what
Right.
would have been if it had not been.
Or what people say it should have been.
Yeah, because
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna, I was going through it, but it was a battle. It was a battle, because I'm like, okay, I'm here. And God, you got me here. But sometimes I had to question, okay, what do you want me to do now? Because I'm here, it seemed like I done lost some things. What do you want me to do now?
I got the answers. Because I
Take it
know
step by
I know
step.
what's going on with you.
Okay.
That's God.
You have now been turned into a disciple. You've been transformed.
Transformer.
Once something good happens to you in your life, you're
Yes.
obligated then to share it with others, okay? So that they can experience that same joy.
Yes.
We can't keep it
Because
to ourselves.
and not
Spread
only
your
that,
story.
and God says in His Word, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So without a test, you don't have a testimony. You know, a lot of times, and then we working into all things work together. So even near death is working for your good. Okay, you know, even the situation with your daughter is working for your good. And
Absolutely.
although we don't like it, we don't certain things we like the things that we can shout about and boast about, but the things that's going to have us in a fetal position and crying about, we can't see how that works out for our good.
Right.
But it will.
Well,
And
you know,
it has.
what we have to do is stop assuming what God's package is going to look like when you pray for it.
Come on now.
202 427 7263. People are asking for the number 202
Phone lines are open
427 7263. Questions, comments
I'm waiting on
for
your call.
our guest. And then after that, we're going to take a break, come right back with our guest, and win some of Mike's Monday.
I got my
Win
food
some of
stamps
Mike's
this week.
Monday. We'll take another caller before we take this break, because we
Yes.
coming back. We're going to win some of Mike's Monday.
I think I'm going
might
to
have
ask
to
a
make
question
song.
this week. Can I ask a question? I don't know.
Yeah, what? Ask a question.
Yes.
When we come back. 202-427-7263. Don't touch that dial. Share it with your friends. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
The Mike and Andree show. The team that's always on the go. They can be funny, they may be serious. The Mike and Andree show. The Mike and Andree show. The team that's always on the go. They can be funny. They might be serious. What's it gonna be today? Let me know. News on the topic of the day. We're glad you're here. Relax a while to get in. The Mike and Andree show. The Mike and Andree show. The team that's always on the go. They can be funny. They might be serious. The Mike and Andree show. We're glad you're here. The Mike and Andree. They might be serious.
Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back. Okay, we do have a caller. Okay, we have a caller.
All right. So we have a caller on line number 1. It's the only line in the building.
See, nobody.
Lamar Perry, how are you?
Yes. How are you?
I am good. Absolutely fantastic. Do you have something you want to share with our guest today?
Oh yeah, man. It was very, very inspirational
Wow.
to hear from that young lady.
Yes, yes.
Man, just tell her, man,
Well, you
the
can talk
Lord
to her
that I
yourself,
serve.
Lamont. You can talk to her yourself. Yeah, she can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, with the Lord that I serve, oh man, he's so awesome. And hey,
Definitely.
hey, Candy,
Hey.
how you? And man,
I'm doing well.
I thought I was the only one that had a real good testimony.
Mm.
But Lord, man, I'd have been shot 4 times.
Oh, wow.
I'd have been in 3 major car accidents. And they told my family that I would be a vegetable.
Wow.
And today, it's been 18 years since the last time I had something
Wow.
serious happen to me.
Wow.
And I'm walking. I'm
Ain't that
talking.
amazing? Ain't that God?
Yes, wow.
And,
Sure.
and I'm here. And the people that counted me out when I was young is one song that I keep in my mind. And that's from Marvin Zapp. And it talks about he saw the best in me when everybody else around me can only see the worst in me.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. That's touching, Lamont.
Need them right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'd like to, before you get off the phone, I just want to point out some similarities in your story that were in our guest story. And that is it's your fight began, your overcoming began when somebody told you that you were going to lose that ultimate race, that ultimate fight. It began right there. That's where your overcoming begins. Because at that point in time, when you're hearing whatever it is that somebody's telling you is where you're going to be, that's when your faith muscle comes into play.
That's right.
Because you have to believe either what these people, somebody else that's just like you, is telling you, or believe what you know about God's work in your life. And if you hold on to that, then you can pull through. There's a direct correlation between these things.
That's right.
And I think we need to make sure that somebody gets it out there.
Wow.
And that is the belief. Faith is like a muscle. You must exercise it in order for it to get stronger.
That's right.
Okay?
That's
it
right.
just doesn't come right when, you stub your toe. You know, that's not enough. A real or true trial and tribulation has to come by for that muscle to get strong.
That's right.
And I want to thank you for calling in, good brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lamont.
You cemented our
All right.
Thank you. Now, before we go any further, we're going to win some of Mike's money.
All right, it's time to call in.
We're going to win some of Mike's money.
Call in.
We're going to win some of Mike's money. What kind of... I said, he the comedian, but I just had to be funny sometimes because, I don't know what's been going on with Mike Nathan lately. I mean, he just been getting, really, really... I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Whatever
I'm doing right, I want to keep doing it.
It's like my kid brother. Like, I'm like, I feel like sometimes I'm his mother, and I'm his, big sister.
Confidant, sister, friend,
everybody, I'm every woman.
Ooh,
yeah. I can be the boss right now. Everyone from A to Z.
Whoa.
We just had to. I'm sorry. We just had to. But anyway, Mike,
you want to do it.
Yeah.
Do it in style and have some fun, right?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. I want to do a karaoke day one day.
Let's do that. You want to do karaoke live up in here?
Yeah. I think we should do karaoke live in here.
Karaoke live it is.
I think we're going to do that. You set it up and I'll get all the songs.
Now, let me tell you, I am the king. And anybody who wants to take me up on this challenge can do it. Not the Wasp, but I am the king of the George Benson song, Give Me the Night.
And I am the queen of Midnight Train of Georgia and Mr. Big Stuff.
All right. Anybody can beat us at this. You get a chance to host for a day.
So come on in. We're going to do karaoke. And anybody that come in and win, you get to host the show.
Right.
All right?
If you can beat me at George Benson, Give Me the Night.
And if you can beat me at Mr. Big Stuff or Midnight Train of Georgia, you be the co-host.
Phone lines are open now.
202-427-7263.
Yes.
All right, we get ready to win some Mike's money. You got a question for him, or you just gonna let him call and get the money?
I'm gonna let him call in. Let's take caller number 6.
They just gonna win the money. How much they winning today?
We'll keep it at 100. I mean,
somebody win 100. No 250s or nothing.
All right. We'll take 2 calls today.
2 calls. Somebody call in. You win $50. Okay. 202 427-7263, and we cash app it to you too.
Right there.
So if you out of the country, don't worry. Get cash app. Now I'm not going Western Union. If you want me to Western Union it, I'm taking it out of the fee. All right.
So don't get cute.
Don't get cute.
Don't be bougie with it. Let us app you the money.
If it's $50, you know they're gonna take some money out, right? 202-427-7263. Call in and win that Monday.
Now.
$50.
Yes.
$50 today. $250.
Yeah, broke up.
Wow, last week
breaking the money up.
Oh, you know what? And the person was so ecstatic last week when I cashed after that money.
All right, we got Cassandra on line 1.
Well, somebody listening. Hey, we gotta let her know you are.
No. Cassandra is calling number 3, 4, 3.
She won.
She called number 1 then.
Did I win?
He said he gonna take the call, and you said
I calling number 6.
Oh, that's caller number 1.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you
So-
gotta hang up, call back 6 times, girl.
You hang up and call her 6 times. I mean,
You caller number 6.
she's not calling number 6.
I think we should let her win.
Hey, you the judge of all things here. I do not.
Oh, that's right. It gotta be caller number 6. I'm sorry. He said caller number 6, so
Caller
it's gotta be
number
the
6.
6th person that called.
Right.
Okay.
If I don't do it right, I get a spanking directly
He
after
will
the
get,
show.
and I'm telling you, I do jump on him. I do. I'm fair.
I have to do this right.
Caller number 6.
Caller number 6. Caller number 6.
That was number 1.
No problem.
All right, you can hang up and call back 5
I'm
more
telling you, because
times.
somebody ain't listening.
Thank you, Cassandra.
202-427-7263. You want $50? Call the number.
Maybe we not saying it right. 50.
$50? I
He
said
said
50. I say 50 and 100.
50. $50.
Somebody said, wow, 50 and plus fees? Nope. Okay, I'm just saying.
I say 50
I'm
and
just
no fees.
saying. I mean,
But you have Cash App,
that's
you
an
got
increase.
PayPal, right?
If you got PayPal or Cash App, you probably can get it. You know what I'm saying? We do
Right.
PayPal and Cash App. All right? So, but anyway, speaking on, since we're still on our guests and we're talking about National Recovery Month and everything, I would like to ask you, what are some of the things that you would like to share with our community of listeners and viewers, some encouragement where they are today, how they can come out of where they are today?
First and foremost, I think we need to, well, for me, it's having people around me that genuinely love me, that genuinely understands me, that I can go to. Because
Support
everybody have their different coping skills that they go to, you know. But for me, is people. Is if I talk about it and I know someone genuinely listening, because I can't hold nothing in. You know, it's, you know, I gotta have that one-on-one. But in no matter what storm, I'm just telling you, just try to stay encouraged. Find something. If it's singing, if it's dancing, if it's art, anything that you like to do, keep your mind focused, because you're here for a reason. And just try to stay strong. That's all. Just try to stay strong.
So your social interaction and the people you surround around you, and that's the support circle. And I've always been told that if if you're the strongest person in your circle, you
Gotta find another one.
You got to find another one.
Gotta find another circle.
So, I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly, right?
It's one of those areas in life it has to be maintenance. Constantly looking at who's with you, who's around you, what you're doing, what you're doing with them, and why. I mean, you know,
I remember you're so right, and it's very important because communication is a big key to everything. And sometimes, and you gotta sometimes I think sharing about where we are and what we're dealing with causes us to be vulnerable. And sometimes we don't like to feel vulnerable because people mistake vulnerability for weakness. And that's really not the case. And that's why it's going to be very important that we surround ourselves with people that we can be us. You know, I was sharing with one of my girlfriends, shout out to Angie Mack, and I was saying, you know, I don't want to be pastor. I don't want to be evangelist. I just want to be me. You know, I know who I am. I don't have to walk around everywhere and have this big halo over my head. I just want to be me. When I'm going through something, I want to be able to share and talk, you know, and shout out to my spiritual father, who's also my apostle. But, you know, I could just call and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. And guess what? It's not going out the room, and it's not going, oh, you weak, or you this, or you that. And so that is so key to us even being in recovery. And I'm not talking about in recovery of, you know, just recovering from anything. The key is when you have strong people around you, when you're feeling like you're down, they're able to lift you up. But they can't take you no farther than they go. And so when you get to the place when you outgrown that circle, find another circle. Because there's always more circles that you can be in.
Right. You can't expect it. You know, a woman came to me, and she's a good friend. I called her my angel for many, many years. She would just show up at different places. I know her. She runs several groups, watchdog groups in the District of Columbia. And she would always come up to me, and she would sit down beside me if she saw me in a place, and she would say, you know, you can't make friends with people. It's hard to make friends with people when you're reminding them of what they're not. And what I took away from that was, I'm associating with the wrong kind of people because they're not dreaming the same way I am, and my dreams upset them. And it goes back to the point where everybody's not going to be happy for you no matter what you do. They don't really know what your story is. It's just that's just, I don't know. It's an innate reflex for people to be judgmental.
Yeah.
Is that something that that's a standard in your life as well? You have judgmental people always.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have to process that. And another thing is not to give people's words too much power. I've had a person tell me, you think too much of yourself. Well, who is going to think of me in a positive way if not me?
That's right. That's right.
So you have somebody tell you on one hand that you think too much of yourself and that you shouldn't be dreaming in this manner, which is preposterous to me. And then on the other hand, you've been taught to reach
which is
to the stars.
Preposterous.
Well,
I know he was a good
DuPont Park.
boy at that.
DuPont Park. They still doing it to me. I say a word. Oh, say it again, Mike. Say that again. Break that down, Mike. How many syllables are in that word, Mike? But it's the truth, though. People aren't dreaming the same way that you are. People aren't realizing, and then the things that you do, they aspire to do, but sometimes they're paralyzed by it. And then you understand why a person would tell you that, but you have to look at it, and you can't give people too much power over you. So.
And that's amazing when you talk about living your dreams and everything like that, because I remember when I got the commission to move forward in my life, a lot of people was like, what? This? And I realized that they were crippled by their own fear. And they wanted to stop, they wanted their fear to become my fear. Right. And I just didn't have that. And so a lot of times, when I tell people all the time, when you start saying, I like that old candy, I get the hell away from you.
Right.
Yeah. Because that old Candy was suicidal, was crazy, manic, depressed, and all that other kind of things, and didn't know her own direction, didn't know where she was or who she was. And so if you like that me, then you don't love me.
Right.
Because you and that means you want me to stay stuck in that slumber space that I was in. And even today, I just only have my children and my manager, and Mike is in my life and things like that. And but there's very little people in my life. And so when the ball gets dropped, I know where to go. I know who dropped the ball.
Right.
At one point, with so many people in my life, I didn't even know who was for me and who was against me. And everybody was stabbing me. And I tell people all the time, the reason why they talk behind your back is the reason why they're behind you.
It's a reason.
And so I don't let people's fear, doubts, and insecurity cripple me. And as an over 50, forever 25 actress and producer, I'm actually living the best life that I've ever began to live, and I'm just beginning.
Amen.
Right.
And so now the way that I feel today is humble, is grateful, but I don't take anything for granted. The road that I had to travel, the talk about, the people laughing at me, the people holding secret conversations about me, those were so important and imperative to where we are today.
So to our guests, well, first, I'll end and say, on my other point, is that keep one foot moving in front of the other. Just keep putting a foot down. You can take your break. That doesn't mean that you're not consistent. You understand? You must rest on the side of the road. You must, drink water. You try to pace yourself. You take your breaks where you need. It doesn't mess up your consistency, and you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Now, from our guests, right, what I want to do, right, is I want to give some people out there an example of what your daily routine is. How do you start your morning out and make sure that you're on the right track? Let's do an exercise. It's something that you can give the people.
For me, well, I'm very depending on how I feel.
I know that's right.
But I start off, first of all, I always say a little prayer, just thanking God, And then I start off with my music. Gotta have my music.
Motivation.
Gotta have my motivation.
Who you listening to get your blood up?
I love me some Anita Baker.
Yeah.
I go back.
I love Anita Baker, but I love the Layla Hathaway version of Angel more than Anita Baker. I shouldn't say that. But
my favorite song, Anita Baker, Which one? Good Love.
Ooh.
Good love, good love.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
song right there. So
My favorite Anita Baker's was when she was with Chapter 8. I just want to be your girl.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
see. Now that's
I'm an
old
oldie
school.
but goodie.
That,
Yeah,
you
me
done
too.
went
I'm
into the
oldie but
fall,
goodie.
baby.
Then you know what?
Yeah.
You might have to sing in my group.
Yeah.
You know, I got a group called Andree Sings Classics and Oldies.
Yes, I love
Yes,
it.
and
I
we're
love
going to be
it.
touring the country.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
All right.
Yes,
Well, you know,
yes.
Mike is our manager.
Okay.
That's right.
He's the manager, and he actually has the band that backs us up. So we're not
Okay.
this ain't no shiesty stuff now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going down,
And
going
my
down.
living room is all cleared out because that's our rehearsal spot.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Friend once suggested I get back into the music business a little bit, and I think I'm going to take that.
Yeah, well, just take it because,
So,
you know, the word of God said, I give you the ability to create wealth.
Yeah.
And so, Lady Day is actually in it too with us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Hey, Lady D.
she's going to be with us on there, and she's doing Billie Holiday with me that day. God bless the child that has his own, so we'll do that. We just got so many. The sets are already set, so it's just a matter of getting us rehearsal.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's good.
We
That's
got 5
good.
minutes.
Yes.
Okay, this is what we're going to do, Mike.
Is
Nobody.
the show over?
It was
Our
just
time
that
is
good.
gone.
5
more
minutes.
and it's it.
Hey, I'm about to take y'all $50.
Oh, get ready to take that $50.
we had
I want to
church.
bring Baby
And
Love
that's
up
what
here.
happens
Come
when
on
you
up
have
here with
church.
us. Come up here with us.
Yeah,
This
too
is
much
this is one of our babies. Come on up here so you people can see your blessing. This is Sakisa's baby. Y'all call in 427-7263 to win some of that money. What you want to say to the people?
Which one?
What you want to say? Just say hi. Just say wave hi. That's the camera over there. Wave hi.
Say hi.
Tell them your name. Armani. Isn't she beautiful, everybody? This is Akisa's baby, Armani. Okay, 202-427-7263. We just going, you want to just give away the whole 100 or you want, which one? Because ain't nobody calling.
The next person they
The
call.
next person that call. When that phone ring, you get ready to go from 50 to 100.
Yes, real quick.
100 there.
100 now.
And 9, 8, 7, 6.
Uh-oh.
we gotta call him.
She called
There
us.
she goes. Girl, there she went. He wanted you to win.
Cassandra.
So am I the sixth caller?
You the winner. But look,
The winner.
but Cassandra, guess what happened? But guess what happened? Do you know what you won?
No.
Girl, you won $100.
You are first hundredaire of the show. You a hundredaire today.
Oh, thank you. What I have to do? Oh, my
You gotta sing. Listen, we'll get with you after the show, but you won $100. Trust me, you'll get your money.
God, thank you.
You a hundredaire.
Thank you.
You $100. We got to get up out of here, y'all.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you
More
for
than
calling.
welcome.
Thank you
Enjoy.
for being our faithful listener and viewer,
You a
too.
hundredaire.
You $100, girl. $100, girl. But listen, we got to get ready to get out of here. But we appreciate everybody for watching and viewing
Where
us.
does the time go?
And the time just flew by.
Yes.
Where does the time
I think I want you to sing a little bar. We got 2 minutes.
Yes,
Sing a little bar
Please.
before you
Take
get
us
up out of
Take us
here.
out, baby.
Take us out of here. Take us out. Take us up out of here.
Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory doing the test. And no matter how you feel, speak the word and you will be healed. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. Okay.
All right.
I was nervous.
I'd like to thank
They're
everybody
wonderful.
for tuning in
Mike,
to the
you got
Mike and
some
Andre show.
encouraging words before we go?
Stay positive. Always learn to look at a situation with fresh eyes. Don't give people power over you. Don't give people's words power over you.
That's right.
You know, stay close to family and God most of all. So, I want like it is on my arm: God, family, and then self.
That's right. And we get ready to leave, but until next time, keep giving, keep living, but most of all, keep loving. And we love you,
Never
and
stop
thank you so
loving.
much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Curious. We know you're curious, yeah. Like an Andree. Come make an Andree show. Go, make it on the radio. Make it on radio. Yeah.